Hello everyone and welcome back to Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit, where we are going to talk about the murder of the so-called president, who we now know was a fake. You know my MO by now, right? I'm a hands-off kind of guy. I just like to pull a few strings here and there. That was the case with Bronco, with Chairman Winter. So it makes you think I'd let that fake president set foot on my balloon. Besides, I thought he was crushed to death by that model monster head. And who said old Taurosaurus's noggin have fallen? It all makes perfect sense. That's how our imposter wound up dead, no doubt about it. And what was the motive behind the murder? The little truth I shared, just like I said. Get it? The truth. That thing you're so fond of. That's what caused the murder here, not me. No, that's not possible. Well, is there a detective in the house? Somebody arrest that boy. Can't help noticing nobody rushing to slap on the handcuffs. What's the matter? Curse you. Just as I thought. Admit it, you're all the same. You, Winter, the idiot, phony president. You want the real culprit to go free so you can railroad me into a jail cell, don't you? That's the justice you all claim to love so much. You only love it when you can twist it to suit your needs. No, that's not true. Ha! Well, if you're not going to make the move, I guess I'll have to step outside and speak to an officer myself. Once I tell them the kid here's a murderer, maybe they'll finally do something.
We're not done with your testimony yet, Mr. Saint.
Yeah, so the whole cross-examination thing, I would like to do that. How did I know you'd make some excuse for stalling even longer? But you still don't have any proof, do you? Or any chance of winning this? Tell me I'm wrong. And yet you still want to prolong the agony? Well, as long as you know what you're doing. Whoa! He's not holding back. What? Did you forget little Shawnzee's life is on the line too?
Hey, Miles Areno, take a deep breath for me, would ya?
Why would I do that, Fender?
Because it sounds like these you need to kick back, take stock, and be grateful for what you have.
Dang. I'm gonna screenshot that.
The worst of times are when lawyers calmly show our biggest smiles, remember? The way in which the president made his escape is what you and Laughing Boy can't agree on. So how about this for a little thought experiment? What if it's not about whether the big guy in the purple jacket got on the balloon or not, but rather, under what conditions would Simeon have been cool with letting him get on board?
A turnabout in thinking. They said the thing!
Forgive the interruption, just my 2 cents worth, or your old man's, I guess I should say. Maybe Gregory's techniques can still prove useful in this crazy modern era.
He's right. Under what circumstances could the body double have been allowed on that balloon? He was a physically imposing man, and what's more, he was carrying a gun. Could he have been drugged? No, there were no traces of sedatives found during his autopsy. In which case, surely not. Are you about ready to continue, Miles? And don't forget, this is what we're playing for. Here's your health bar, sucker. This is going to be tricky, but I have to tear his testimony down one statement at a time. Okay. Just a heads up, I may just record this all the way through to the end because I feel like we've got to be close, and I'll just cut it up as needed. But we'll see. So if you see any weird cuts, that's why. I'm a hands-off kind of guy. I just like to pull a few strings here and there. That doesn't hold up.
The strings in question being those of Sean, the president's body double in this case. You seem pretty confident of your abilities in that particular arena.
Is that so weird? I'm an animal tamer, remember? What's the wildest animal of them all? That's right, humans. Oh, good grief. Didn't take much to get those two dancing to my tune. Little truth here, a little hint of revenge there. Somebody ought to thank me. I did this world a favor. Mr. Ashworth, he's scaring me.
Don't let him get under your skin, Kay. We have to stay strong. This man sowed the seeds of another's revenge in order to achieve his own. It's our duty to stop him, and we'll succeed in that duty.
Why do people do bad things, huh? Don't they realize it'll just come back to bite them in the end? Bronco with Sherman winner, alright.
So you insist you had no direct involvement in any of what occurred?
What can I say? I don't like to get my hands dirty. Sure do love to watch the action unfold, though. All those idiots desperately trying to kill one another, and they don't even know I lit the fuse. I love it.
You haven't changed. What you did 12 years ago was watch too.
You're talking about the whole SS5 thing? Oh, stop it. Your poor papa scrabbling around for answers and finding nothing. Shucks. What do they call that again? Oh yeah, rank incompetence.
How dare you?
Agent Lang, please.
You don't know the half of it, you damned clown.
Your father may not have closed out the case, not publicly anyway, but it was thanks to his work that we're standing here right now.
Yeah, sorry to put in, Miles, but your little pep talk isn't gonna magically solve this case. Now I know you have your theories. What makes you think I'd let that fake president set foot in my balloon?
But it's the only way he could have gotten down from the roof of that building.
Alright, let's game this one out, shall we? Suppose it took him down to the ground like you said. What's wrong with doing that?
So you admit you did take him on your balloon?
No. You're really obsessing over this one little detail. This isn't like you, Miles. And how do you think it went down? He held me at gunpoint and said, show me the city at night? That's ridiculous, and you know it is. Did you really fail to think this through? Wait a second.
You said yourself you gave him Sean's identity. Surely that was enough to win him over.
Win him over? The man who shot at me? No. Then you must have put him to sleep and carried him away like you did with me. Very well. Let's suppose that to be true for a second. The autopsy showed the presence of sedatives. It's no good. He's just not giving us an opening. Anyway, never mind that. There are way more interesting things I'd rather talk about. Thought he was crushed to death by that model monster head.
Actually, I have some doubts about that. I mean, if the president really was killed by the Torosaurus head.
Don't tell me you're throwing your own pet theory in the trash, Mr. Genius Prosecutor. Aren't you the one who went to all that trouble to prove the man squished by a head hypothesis was true?
That may have been my theory at one point. But that was when we thought the head was the only thing that could have crushed him.
That's true. Why the past tense? That's your theory. No. It's not like you have anything else right now. The president's body double was crushed under its fallen Torosaurus head. Fact. Was it? No, there must be something. Some other piece of evidence that could link this man to the president's death by crushing. Don't you think it's time you gave up, Miles? I don't like watching you struggle like this. We all know who did it. The model head is practically screaming his name. And who said? Yeah, we know that was Sean.
Sure, Sean was the one who caused the head to fall, that much we know.
He even admitted it himself. Fantastic, so we're all in agreement. Well done, everybody, case closed. Sean Fenton killed the fake president, and that's that. Somebody get those cops in here.
Not so fast. This case is far from closed.
Still scrabbling, huh? Well, right then, enlighten us. Be quick about it. If you can't, I want to see the kid in handcuffs. Or are you only a stickler about the law when things are going your way? Mr. Ashworth, what do we do? What do we do? Think, Miles, think. If Mr. Saint killed the president's body double, it would have to have happened while the two of them were together on the roof. So what we've had in hand, that's the answer. That what would you have had in hand? If it's what I think it is, I don't even know what to do with that. He's not gonna make this easy, is he?
We need to think about how the president died. There was a very particular cause, to say the least.
Yeah.
If we assumed he was crushed by the Torosaurus head.
And the whole thing becomes Sean's fault, right? But what if that wasn't what the president was crushed by? Oh my god, it is! The frickin'... He crushed him to death with a frickin' balloon. Is there something else that could have exerted similar kind of force? Alright, we're back to the start. Where was that? So what makes you think I'd let that fake president set foot on my balloon? Because... You did, because he was already dead. Right? Besides, I thought he was crushed it. No, he wasn't. What do I have? Do I have anything? He was crushed by the frickin'... Could he... like, is that possible? I'm starting to doubt that's possible now. For some reason, I was thinking this was heavier. But it's the only thing he had on him. Dang, that's a lot to take. He probably couldn't have been crushed. Cause of death was crushing. Do I have anything that suggests this is heavier than it looks? There is the bullet hole at the bottom, which would make sense. It's gotta be this. Whoa. I'm so glad the music stopped. I was really scared there for a minute.
Sean didn't kill the president. The president was crushed by a monster.
What? Did you really say that? You? Oh, I get it. He's the kid who can communicate with giant beasts, right? That uses special powers.
The only person in communion with the monsters was you.
Sorry, but you must have me mixed up with somebody else. No monster pals here, I'm afraid.
Why the false modesty? You're very close with at least one such creature. In fact, you can make this particular monster do exactly as you command. It was you who killed the president, Mr. Saint, and I can prove it.
What?
You talking about the lying balloon?
Yeah.
Yes, a quivering mockery of a monster filled with hot air, but a monster nonetheless. Not entirely unlike Mr. Saint himself.
Sorry, you lost me. What are you trying to say exactly?
You seem very keen to stick to your story about having manipulated Sean and the president.
True.
But no matter how true you may have wanted it to be, that was nothing more than a desperate lie. Even the most skilled animal tamer can't make the dead do his bidding. The president was dead long before he left that roof, having been killed by your balloon.
Ooh, there we go.
I get it. That thing may look lighter than air, but it weighs a few hundred pounds, right?
When the president attacked you from the roof,
He was underneath it. Yeah, there we go.
you had to think quickly in order to protect yourself. The method you chose landed the balloon right on top of him.
Yeah, never mind.
You didn't need to let him ride that balloon, and he didn't need to coerce you into taking him, because what you took away was his dead body.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Wait a minute, now Miles. If what you're saying is true, the president would have been killed 2 nights ago. Which means the time of death recorded in the autopsy was wrong.
Would?
I forgot about that. Wow, you're really losing your touch. Look again, it's written right there. Time of death, April 5th, approximately 11 p.m. Clear as day. Oh, crap, that got me too. April 5th, that was yesterday, which means... Exactly, it means he died when the Torosaurus head fell off the roof. No. Alright, Sean, it's time to be honest with all. You know it's the right thing to do. You killed your daddy, didn't you? You hated him, didn't you? We get it. Who wouldn't? He just left you. What kind of father would do that? No, that's not what happened. I already told you I didn't know who he was until today. I think I believe that, actually. Oh, but you didn't know because I told you myself. Oh, never mind. Ugh. Can my theory really have been so wide off the mark? I don't think so. Would there have been a way to obfuscate the time of death? I want to thank you once again, Miles. You hunted Winter and Lagarde until their crimes were finally exposed. By ruining them both, you helped me get my revenge. Gotta love those powers of deduction. The time of death matched up. Everything else would fit. So, could he possibly have cheated the time of death somehow? Because we talked about this earlier. If he kept the body cold, then I think that would make it seem like the time of death was sooner than it actually was. Oh, what was the other guy's name again? Carmelo Gusto. You even ran him down for me. That was some great work you did there. Of course, Gusto. The IS-7 incident. He killed Frost and froze his body. Yes! Nailed it! Alright, so, froze his body in order to conceal it. Okay. Mr. Gusto needed to freeze Mr. Frost's body in order to obscure the time of death. If they determined the murder occurred during the afternoon tea, he would have been an obvious suspect. Bingo. Oh boy. I only wish you could have been there to see his downfall too. How can you say that? He was your father. Uh-oh. It's so scary. Miss Lagarde just keeps asking and asking about what happened that day. Where are you, Dad? When are you coming to get me? Please, I need you to come take me away. It's because I broke my promise. Because I didn't show up in time to help you taste your work. Oh, so because he never showed up to pick him up, he wanted him to go down. He was no father. He left me all on my own. What kind of person would do that? So what was the... Oh, yeah, no. He was a jerk. Never mind. Ooh. We may share the same blood. That's it. Father, what a joke. Objection!
You may not want to hear this, Mr. Saint, but you share more than blood. Hate him all you like, but you're more like your father than you know.
Huh. What's that supposed to mean?
The fate can be strange sometimes, but this was no coincidence. You and your father were the same even in the methods you chose. You deliberately threw off the time of death just as he did.
That's right, we had to rescue him from warehouse refrigeration unit by the top of the harbor. That was it. A refrigeration unit in a depot. That's why he took him there. I threw off the time of death. How did I do that exactly?
By hiding the president's body in a very specific place. You hid the body right here.
Which one frickin' was it? I don't freaking remember. Was it the depot? The dump? Uh-oh. Was it the depot? I don't remember. Oh, I can't go back either. Oh, frick. Ooh, God, that was weeks ago. There's nothing I can do on this. I literally just have to guess. And I hate that. Because I don't remember.
Take that!
Oh, I don't like that.
You needed to keep the body cool somewhere, and you also needed to keep Sean. Who knew the two were connected?
You're talking about that kidnapping again. Why are we bringing that up now?
Because as much as you may wish we had forgotten, we know that you kept Sean in a refrigeration unit. The same refrigeration unit in which you kept the president's body. Just as your father froze the body he was trying to conceal 18 years ago.
What? You're saying I'm the same as him? The same as... animal who abandoned me.
The sad irony, but an undeniable truth nonetheless.
What do you got? Shut up! I'm nothing like him. I could never be like him. He's nothing to do with me, and we're nothing alike.
Yeah, sorry, kiddo, but I think it's pretty clear that you and Augusto have more than a little in common. You even told us you didn't like sweet stuff way back when we first met, right? If that's not a product of your daddy issues, I don't know what is.
You don't understand.
You may have tried to disown your father, but he lives on in everything you do. You think the same way.
Dang, that's gotta sting even more.
You're every bit as prepared as he was to sacrifice others in order to protect yourself. Your crimes were even exposed in the same manner. You couldn't be more similar.
What should I say? I don't know anything about a refrigeration unit, and the kidnapping nothing to do with me.
Nonsense, you did it so you could blackmail Judge Cavill. You know that for a fact you were involved.
Objection.
We know for a fact you were involved. You're a real danger to be around, you know that? Miles, what aren't you going to accuse me of? But it changes nothing, you still don't have any proof of incitement, of kidnapping, of anything. Oh wait, are you planning on maybe fabricating some, taking a leaf out of the old winter playbook?
Never, I would never do that.
God, I can't let myself rise to the provocation. So what was the line? No matter what happens, we must find the truth. Something like that. Ha! But only when the truth suits you, huh? That's how the law keeps people down, isn't it? Why I had to get revenge for myself. I got away with it all. The guard, winner. And now you. None of you can touch me. This is bad, Mr. Edgeworth. Isn't there anything we can do? Everything points to this man being our culprit. But we need evidence, even just one piece. Alright, it's been fun, but it's time we brought this little show to an end, don't you think? Stick around for the main event though, won't you? I'll even let you in for free if you'll finally admit defeat. There's our freak out. Who was that? Yeah, who? Gumshoe! Sorry to keep you waiting, sir. Gummy, where have you been? I've been doing my job just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me.
Yeah, Detective Gumshoe, do you have anything to report?
I had to look into a few things real quick, sir, about the refrigeration unit where the kid was kept. Ooh, he's not happy about that. It was registered to the very big circus, just like you said. And there it is, just in the nick of time.
Excellent work, Detective. Well, Mr. Saint.
It must be some kind of mistake. Why would a circus need a refrigeration unit? Yeah, why would a circus need a refrigeration unit, you big dummy?
A valid question, I suppose. But we're no experts on circus trade. Perhaps we could ask your department manager for her thoughts on the matter. Well, Miss Berry.
Heck. We do hire a unit to store all the food for the animals. But I don't know where it is. I leave all that to Simeon. He's so good at that kind of thing. You fool. Eek, Simeon, you're scaring me.
It's such a shame, but rushing to find a solution after the fact is so often leads to mistakes. You knew that if the body was found in the unit, the suspicion would fall on you. So you panicked and moved it to the grounds of the big building instead.
Yeah.
But you weren't counting on Sean being found in the unit when you kidnapped him. If only you'd known you were up against a great thief and an even greater detective.
Oh, he was nice to Gummy. Again. Second time in his life.
Is everything alright? You're looking a little pale.
I don't think you've won just yet, Miles. You're missing proof for the most important part of your little theory.
I am. Perhaps you could enlighten us.
You don't have any evidence that I crushed President Faker with that balloon. And I know you don't, because there isn't any.
I'm afraid there is.
What? If Mr. Saint murdered the victim as we think he did...
There should be traces of your misdeed on this piece of evidence.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead. I know I was thinking about just going straight through. I'm gonna call it here. We'll pick this up in the next one, because I know that even if we reach the ending on the next clue, we got another half hour to go. So, usually these endings are like a half hour. But, so yeah, we'll call it here. And again, if we need to do some things, we'll do things. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.